Hi, I'm Alex, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the Garmin stamina feature and how accurate it is. Particularly for me, I've been using the Garmin Epix 2 since it came out. So on this watch, the Epix 2 and the Garmin Fenix 7 and 955 for the Forerunner series, and I'm sure lots of other watches coming up in the future, one of the new software features is Garmin Stamina, where it tries to predict how long you can keep going and how much energy you've got. Now this is interesting for me for two reasons. One is, generally when I'm out riding my bike, which I do quite a lot, it gives me confidence that I've got plenty of energy to keep on going. It's also really important for me to see how accurate it is. It's quite important for me because at the moment, my watch said, and it had done for a little while, I could do just over 200 kilometers. However, in about 5 weeks' time, I've signed up for a 300 kilometer bike ride. So I needed to know how accurate it is and test this in a controlled environment. With this in mind, I sat down on my indoor turbo trainer and just started to cycle and see how far I could get. At the beginning, my watch said I could do 216 kilometers. So I'm going to show you now my updates while I was on the bike, how I was getting on throughout that, and then at the end, give you my conclusions on the Garmin Stamina feature. So it's just gone 4 in the morning. I thought, what better to do than cycle and start some endurance training on my indoor bike. So it's going to be a long day and I'll keep you updated throughout. With that said, I better get riding. So I'm just over an hour in, and so far I'm finding it really easy, which is quite good because my watch says I can do about 216 kilometers, which is going to take, it says at my current rate, 8 to 9 hours. Now, interestingly, my watch says so far in the first hour and 3 minutes or so, I think I've done about 23 kilometers, whereas Zwift, which I've got on here, says I've done 26.2 kilometers in 1 hour and 3 minutes. One of the main differences between that is, although I don't usually do this, when you're going downhill in Zwift, you can coast or basically not pedal. Not something I usually do for an hour or so, but as I'm going to be doing this for hopefully many hours, I'm going to take every advantage I can to sort of replicate the real world where you wouldn't constantly pedal for 8 or 9 hours. I'm not overly hungry, but I haven't eaten breakfast yet. I want to keep myself fully fueled, so I'm just about to go and eat breakfast, and I'll keep you updated later. So I've eaten breakfast, about 540 calories. I'm feeling really good. It's just before 6 in the morning, and I'm going to get on the bike. So I was always going to do just about an hour because I hadn't eaten yet. So let's see how far we can go this time until we need to stop again. I'll speak to you soon. Real world riding problem. I'm about an hour and a half in, 35 kilometers on my watch, just under, and just over 35 kilometers on Zwift. I'm drinking a lot, stay hydrated, and I needed a wee. I have a bladder the size of a small pea, so I'm sure there's going to be lots more stops like that. Better crack on and keep on going. Just thought I'd give you a quick update. I'm just over 2 hours in. My Garmin Stamina is still projecting 216 kilometers. I've done about 45 kilometers on my Garmin, just over 47 kilometers on Zwift, 484 meters of climbing on Zwift. I'm feeling good, but I need another toilet break. So let's keep on doing this. I'm going to keep on going. It's going to be a long day. So before I get too tired, I just want to talk a little bit about why I'm doing this. I love the Garmin body battery and stamina features. I find them really helpful, really accurate, and normally when I'm out on a bike ride, the stamina feature gives me confidence that I've got more energy to keep on going. However, I've signed up for a 300 kilometer ride in about 5 weeks. And at the moment, my Garmin says I can only do about 216 kilometers. So whereas normally it gives me confidence, at the moment it's just giving me a little bit of concern. And I'm wondering how accurate it is, how I'll feel at the end of a 216 kilometer ride. And hopefully, if I've got the time and the energy, how far I can push past that, although time might be a limiting factor in that. But a mental exercise to see how it works, how I can engage with that, and hopefully I'm doing the hard work so you don't have to. So we're 3 hours in and I'm at 72 kilometers on Zwift and about 68 on Garmin on my watch. Importantly, I'm at about 1600 calories burnt according to my watch. The joys of the real time is it's just gone 8 o'clock in the morning, so I'm going to have a second breakfast, pretty much the same breakfast that I've just had, so I never do, but then at the same time I don't think I've ever done 70 kilometers by just gone 8 in the morning, so I'll catch you once I've eaten a bit more. Just in case you're interested, this is breakfast, so this is pre-mixed, some berries, bananas, almond milk, what else will I put in there? Some protein powder and some peanut butter powder. It's what I have for breakfast almost every day. I've no idea if it's the right thing to have or not. I'm not in any sense a fitness coach or sort of even that great understanding of fitness, but I have it every day. It seems to work, so I'm going to have a second one today. It'll be about 550 calories. So, going to go and drink this and get back on the bike. Just passed some milestones, just done 100 kilometers on my Garmin watch, at 106 kilometers on Zwift. That's quite important because the longest I've ever done on Zwift is 105 kilometers before, and that was with about 150 meters of climbing, and I've done about 1,100 meters of climbing so far. My stamina feature, which I'm ultimately trying to test here, has reduced the total distance I've got left. So it says I can do about 100 kilometers more, and we'll see how we can keep on going. I'm just going to have some coffee now, start drinking carbs in my water, and have some proper food. See you soon. So just eating a bagel, some tuna, some salad and some coleslaw, probably a few hundred calories. Also had a cup of coffee. And I've put some carbs in my water, so that'll be about 100 calories for every bottle I drink. But I think it's just highlighted to me the importance of fueling and caffeine in endurance, just to make sure that your body's constantly got the right carbs and the right energy to convert into being able to cycle. So with that said, lots more cycling to do, better go on with it. I'm getting a little bit fatigued now, but Zwift says I'm 140 kilometers in. My watch says I'm just over 132 kilometers in. I've been cycling for 5 hours and 45 minutes. It's 12:26. So if I started at just gone 4, in just over 8 actual hours, I've been cycling for just under 6 hours. I feel tired but fine, which is good because my watch says that it's currently projecting just under 200 kilometers. It says it's just under 3 hours left in terms of energy. So I need to be feeling fine because I've still got a long way to go. Let's keep on cycling. Just hit 100 miles, 161 kilometers. Seemed like a good place to have a break. Done about 1,700 meters of climbing. On my watch, I've just done just over 151 kilometers in 6 hours 37 minutes, I think. Quick pit stop, eat, and back to cycling. Currently, I think I'm about I've got about 30% of my energy left. It's gone back up to projection to just over 200 odd kilometers. Every time I take a break, it tends to pick up the total distance it projects I can go. So we'll see where we're at and we'll keep on going. You really do, by the way, have to question your life choices when cycling on an indoor bike all day seems like a good idea. If you do think it's a good idea, as I say, maybe question why, because I am. So I've done 180 kilometers on Zwift and 170 on Garmin, and I'm really wishing there was an easier way to test my endurance. And I'm also starting to think that maybe Garmin have a good idea of what my sort of max capacity is. That's not to say I won't be able to go past it, just that I'm getting a little bit fatigued. Notwithstanding that, my Garmin says that I've burnt about 4,000 calories purely in exercise, and I'm certainly not eating anywhere near that much, so I'm going to take a short break because I'm thinking I might be getting a little bit fatigued just to get some more food. Yeah, there's an easier way to do this. to test your boundaries. Other than testing them, please let me know. So 9 hours and 13 of minutes riding of later. As you might be able to tell, I'm pretty spent. Interestingly, the Zwift says I did 233 meters of climbing, 233 kilometers and 2,408 meters of climbing. The Garmin says I did 218.4 kilometers, which I think, considering right at the beginning, Garmin said that I'd do about 216 kilometers, is scarily impressive from knowing my energy perspective. It's a little bit of black magic that's freaked me out. I think I wanted to prove it wrong and just be able to continue. And in all honesty, the countdown for energy got down to no kilometers. It still said 1%, and I can move my legs, but I've lost my power really. And the whole point of this was to see whether or not Garmin was accurate when I really pushed it, to see could I match, could I exceed its guess of how far I can go. And the answer is, if you wear your Garmin all the time and use it for your chosen sport, the stamina feature from my perspective, frustratingly right now, seems extremely accurate. It's only taken me 13 or so hours and say 9 plus hours of solid cycling to confirm that. I'm going to go and have a shower. So there's a few caveats to this video. First of all, the bit that isn't a caveat is I was scarily impressed at when I started to lose energy. The watch, in terms of its accuracy, from my perspective, seemed really, really accurate. The only thing I'd say in that regard is, because I was looking at this watch, it could be psychosomatic. It definitely didn't feel psychosomatic. I got to the end of that ride, my legs definitely could have kept on turning, but if in the real world I got to any steep hills or anything like that, I think I'd have just got off the bike and walked. But maybe that's because the watch would have told me to do that, and it's my brain making me think that that's true. Garmin must have put a lot of research into this watch though to put this feature on there, so I think it probably is really quite accurate. The other interesting thing that I couldn't show you because I didn't film it is I went out the next day, and the feature, the stamina feature, said actually I could cycle further even though I'd just cycled the 216 kilometers, 218 kilometers the day before. Now I think that's in partly because it knows, and maybe I could have cycled that bit more, but also I assume in endurance training, the way to cycle longer is to cycle longer. So if I keep on going out there, keep on pushing my previous personal bests, I'm going to get better, going to get stronger, going to get better at endurance. So that's my conclusion for this video. In my personal experience, the Garmin stamina feature is scarily accurate. Really useful tool, particularly if you're looking to do endurance work and endurance exercises, just to taper your energy and exertion levels and just have that data at your disposal while you're on a long ride, while you're on a long run. But also from a non-technical point of view, and I'm not a trainer in any way, is I assume if you want to get better endurance, the way to do it is do more endurance work, push your personal bests, and maybe in that sense, the Garmin stamina feature can help you do that safely and securely. So if you were looking for an answer to the question, how accurate is the Garmin stamina feature, I hope this video has helped. If you've got any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you've liked this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and until next time, I've been Alex. Thanks for watching.